My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. Alright, we are in the Curious Nag with Paracelsus Dismas, Budina and Barristan. Sorry, Boudica and Barristan here. Boudica had picked up Thin Blooded, but also has a Cleansing Clasp on themselves at the moment. We're probably going to spend a decent amount of relics, so it's probably time to take the Cleansing Clasp off. Maybe not get rid of it, but definitely probably take it off. Someone who doesn't want to be pushed out of position quite deeply would wield the Jealous Whisper quite effectively here. Unfortunately, the person who doesn't want to be pushed out of position is Boudica, who probably can't afford to hold a Jealous Whisper as well as a Dark Impulse, only to get plus 50% to her movement resist. She especially wants to be able to hold this Empty Stein. It's a significant contributor to her damage. Okay, neutral relationship with Paracelsus. So let's start thinking about the in items we're going to use here. In fact, we'll tag in items. So I can just start feeding people. You can also give extra blight resistance until the next. Increases maximum HP until next in. I feel like is something I'm going to want to put on Barristan and Boudica, considering they are at the front of the party very consistently. Scout needs his dire. Preparation is in order. 100% extra scout chance for all of those. And heal to 25%. Let's have a look if anyone has a condition. A relevant condition. So that's the Wax Inoculate. Is that? Did I play that on you here? I don't think I did. But it does say next region, so maybe we got some 2 region bonus from that previously. Ooh, double dartboards. Giving plus 2% crit. Again, I didn't use the dartboards here. Strange. I mean, I'm happy to benefit from them. But I really wasn't expecting those. Dartboard, so if the dartboard just passively gives plus 2% to crit chance, then we definitely need to play that again on Barristan and Dismas. However, if we actually want to increase a relationship, we would want to play it on Boudica, but Boudica is blocking it, courtesy of having not misses the mark, but lazy eye. So we can't use it for a relationship, so instead we'll try and use it for that crit bonus. Love that. The speed bags, chance to spawn a dodge token each turn until next in. All right, let's get on the same page here. I kind of suspect this might be the last inn. Why do I suspect this? Because when we arrived at this inn, we looked over it at, yeah, there we go. Select route, the mountain. Okay, so I was right. We only get to choose the mountain. This is the last inn. So if this is the last inn, then definitely we're using all of these, trying to get as buff as possible. So getting a Wax Inoculate also on Barristan, who is likely to be blocking for other people and things like that, as well as an Impermeable Cultist, both seem good. Chomp on down. Get another buff there. Maybe a bit of bleed resistance. I mean, that could go Barristan, that could go Boudica, that could go either which way. Boudica, your bleed resistance is 40. Barristan's your slightly higher. Oh, sorry, slightly lower. I'll give it to you. The dartboard is Dismas and Barristan. Apparently Barristan feels bad about having done that. I think I saw a blue tinge on you, friend. Yeah, you're a little less friendly with Dismas than you were before, unfortunately. Still, queuing up to become friendly, and yes, you do have that extra 2% crit. So, as far as I'm concerned, that might still be the way we wanted that to go. A speed bag, chance to dodge, spawn dodge tokens each turn until next in. I think both of these should probably go on our weakest characters in the back line. So the Dismas and the Paracelsus of our party. Play some cards. Okay, everyone hates one another because they played cards. Play some more cards. Hey!
Tested. A bond to be counted on.
Hey, see?
Facets of the same stone. Never one without the other.
Come on, that could have been way worse. Do I have to select this every single time? I would like if I could just spam stacks of these out. Ooh, you can get crits by healing with these? Neat. Right. There we go. they all chomped up. That's all of the in items we want to use. We don't have a trinket that we want to replace for it right now. Let's have a look at the provisioner.
Relics remind us of a time before the end.
So chance to get stealth, fourth. Chance to get stealth at the start of turn. Increases stacking for food in the food barrels. Feels like that's not really relevant anymore now that we're going to the final inn. A crow's nest. I mean, you know, we could buy more in items to use here. I mean, maybe we buy an invigorating stew. Increases maximum HP until next inn. Actually, that seems pretty good. God, could I buy 2 more speed bags and put them on the other 2 people? Is that the play? Pouch of lye. How many pouches of lye do I have left? Because that's going to be important as well. Alright. Well, foist things foist. Maximum HP. Absolutely perfect and beautiful. In all respects. We'll follow that up with... Ooh, I mean, we've got mastery training to do as well.
Demands it.
We'll follow that up possibly with soothing poultice if we really wanted to, but I think we'll take the speed bags.
On the road to damnation.
So the speed bag on you, and then you have a sprained ankle, but sprained wrist would stop. No! What? I put 2 of them on the same person. Oops. Oh, it's a 5% chance at the start of each round. Okay, so it's relatively low still. I guess Barristan is the person who's happiest not to have it. So, maybe fair play. Ultimately,
Listen,
accidentally to that miss.
Practice. Improve.
So a bellow across the enemies in order to remove their ability to immediately crit. That is pretty good. Hold the line with the ability to do slightly more damage. Stun if the target is under a combo effect. We are seeing more combo effects being placed onto enemies. Definitely true. Noxious Blast seems like just too key a point of damage for us to ignore it as long as we have been ignoring it. Wicked Hack is damned important as well. If it bleeds as well. I mean, you know, upping the bleed damage on the thing that I try and use so consistently also seems important. Possibility of stunning if the target has combo on them from Rampart. Yeah, I like it still. I also like Defender here, because more stacks of the target, you know, actually being guarded by Barristan means more likelihood of Barristan triggering Point of Pride. Which is their relic that gives them extra actions. You know, I hate to use this way to explain it. I mean, I don't hate to use this way to explain it, but that's very efficient in terms of our action economy right there. We'll get some crush set up as well.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
I suspect there will be some value in holding some money before we go into the dungeon. I may be incorrect, but I kind of feel like maybe I have to try. Clears those, adds a debuff. I mean, do I have a good item for everyone to hold? Okay, Pouch of Lie. Pouch of Lie is... I don't know if that only stacks up 1. If it stacks up 2, then I want to purchase the other Pouch of Lie and then stack it to top it.
Spend
So
what
let's
you
try that.
can, for wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
Okay, I'm actually... Uh-oh. 1 second. Oops. Just spilled my water all across my entire desk, but that is a-okay. Took the time to pause and clean it up. Hey, Dismas is still looking like they got that sprained ankle right there. At least they have stacked that second Pouch of Lie, though. Spiked Ball. I mean, it seems like that would stack atop Boudica, but it feels like Chalk Dust needs to be in the party at some point. But maybe that can go on Paracelsus, who I believe is holding nothing at the moment. Not entirely certain when I'm going to get to use any of those. Am I going to prefer any of the things in the provision? I know we're almost ready to go out.
Fairly priced.
But I just don't want to end up getting into the final area and then realizing, oh, wait a second, something I could have bought in the area prior to this actually would have saved us a huge amount. Let's do our final check of the trinkets. An ablative and an unwavering standard. Possibility of getting a giant block at the start of battle. I mean, if I could give Paracelsus anything that increased healing skills, or blight damage, or blight chance to hit, or any of those kinds of things, I would. We haven't been offered them. To be entirely frank with you, these feel right. I could probably replace the cleansing clasp, but it feels like if I'm gonna have this many relics anyway, why not benefit from that gigantic blight resist? Let's select our path as the mountain and head on out. Journey onward. The mountain.
At last, the great ziggurat. Temple of failure and regret.
Okay, so we just have a completely blank map. Not going to show us anything. Or is it just going to be straightforward into a boss battle? Especially considering we are still in early, like the earliest access to this game that exists. I would not be surprised with that the instance. Oblivion's Ingress. Okay, Barristan, and then everyone will love it. Plus, we will also get a block set up. Boudica, everyone loves it as well, and we get Strength. Dismas, okay, so neither of the other ones should be leading this. Take extra block. Probably not extra block because the cultists have turned out to have really, really weak initial attacks. So instead, we'll take the extra damage from Boudica. And let's go into the fight. Uh-oh. This bad boy got a big arm. Risk bedevilment. Can I have an extra action, please?
Steady yourself.
Ooh, AoE Yawning Void. A little bit of swapsy-dopsy on my party as well, unfortunately. So that's a Cardinal in the back line, 30 bleed, 30 blight resistant, 23 on the death resistance. And then ahead we've got the typical Evangelist and Cherub. I do like the idea of trying to get the Evangelist down really, really early. Because, again, it is one that buffs on its first round and then starts critting afterwards. And it's much more reasonable to get that down early than it is to get the Cardinal down early. If maybe two things were in the back line and I could still use a Blinding Gas for quite a lot of efficiency right now, I would, but... Go with this. Ooh, I actually managed to hit. Unfortunately, didn't manage to blight. Only had a 20% chance not to blight. We'll win the day. You'll see. Nice. Even more stress removal there. Paracelsus already on 5 stress? I could have sworn Paracelsus had no stress in the... Man. Oof. Send him the Wicked Slash for 10. Put you to the end of the next set of attacks would be nice. And then... Oh! Respectful has a follow-up attack. Please tell me you can follow up my ripostes as well, because that'll be sick. Brisk Bedevilment. We don't get a follow-up after that. Okay, so the Cardinal looks like it's going to be acting really quite late in this round. There is a part of me that wants to take down the Cherub next. It's exalting unspeakable cosmic forces. So worship. Exalting. I feel like I should just take a shot at it with the pistol. Ooh, 75% dodge, and it does not matter to, manage to. Does not matter to. I can't hit that back line with Boudica unless I manage to move the Crusader backwards. We managed to there. Beautiful. So now we can try and set up against the bleed resist of this target. Do we want to just go for an initial hit, or do we want to try and bleed him? I want to try and bleed him. Yeah, because I worry they're about to put themselves even further in the back line. And if I set them up with enough DOTs, they will die regardless of doing so. I mean, if the enemy is going to hit our entire party, I will set up riposte. I would like to have free attacks, please. Let me have free turns. Speaking of Barristan, hey, nice work, bud. So the Cherub is actually already dead to both of those abilities going off. So I feel like I'm going to use Bolster. We remove 2 stacks of Vulnerable from both of our frontliners and a Stress from each of them.
Smallest variable can make all the difference.
While I do still have 2 stacks of Riposte set up, you know what? Patch a lie. I'm actually going to take those down. And try and slice. See if I can get that crit. So Paracelsus really wants to be using Ounce of Prevention right now, considering especially how stressed Paracelsus is.
Empowered.
So I'll give them the opportunity to do so. Please stop attacking Paracelsus exclusively.
Cooperation is the key.
Hard resists across the board except got 1 stress. So that Ounce of Prevention actually feels like it really pulled its weight there. 30% resist for the bleed. They do not manage to. It's really hard to justify doing anything except for Bolster right now with Paracelsus' stress that high.
Suffering strengthens the bond.
Ooh, yes! Form a good relationship as well. I'm happy to be in this battle a little longer also because we've got a couple people on the cusp of forming a good relationship. And it would be nice to see those come to fruition. So my last attack did not remove a stack of Riposte.
Lethality writ
Good crit.
large.
But this one did. In fact, it removed both stacks of Riposte. So am I supposed to just innately know that Riposte has up to 2 turns worth of time before both of the stacks disappear? Ooh, big crits across the board. Hey, it's fine.
The slow suffering begins.
Well, I mean, it's less fine now with the damage, but before that was totally fine. That one didn't work. Respectful does, though. Whoa, nice extra damage. The thing is, the Cardinal... Yeah, I'm gonna put them on Death's Door. Thankfully, Paracelsus does get the next action. And can use Battlefield Medicine to heal herself, as well as remove all of those conditions. Then the death blow goes through. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a lot of stress on Paracelsus, which is just going to make their relationships even worse.
This cannot continue.
The rush of a hard-earned kill. Great Boudica. Did I get any loot from that fight as well? I suspect not. So Barristan wants to charge. Boudica says, leave naught but bones for the buzzards. Come then, we're all in. Ooh, that's cool as well. Disma's giving vulnerability. And then Paracelsus just wants nothing to do with it. I think we will again have Boudica set this in. Dismas is going to lose a little bit of relationship with Barristan, but they are quite tight at the moment. So I'm not particularly threatened by that. Also, this is dropping the loathing, I imagine, considering it's a cultist battle. And again, once more into the fray. Light sensitive, that's okay. Again, it's on a character that doesn't really do damage, so I'm not particularly fussed about it. I would love to get Ounce of Prevention out really early, but it's 1 stress on 1 person right now. Blinding gas on both of the backliners here looks pretty appealing, though. Unfortunately, we did get dodge there, but that sets up a crit. I don't want to start with bleed out.
Lethality
Yes, please. Start out with a crit of 21. That's the biggest crit I've seen so far. This Hellions kind of going nuclear. Give him the Rampart follow-up? Yep. Okay, so
The slow suffering begins.
there appears to be some intent on behalf of the Cardinal to exclusively stress one target. That's the only thing they ever want to do. Because now I have the problem of how the hell do I deal with that? No resistance for that blight. You get the full damage of it. 6 over 3 rounds. It's a lot of damage points. I can't actually hit that Evangelist there. I can crush them next turn, though. And that would be crushing with Barrister, naturally. Make just a little bit... Oh, attack? No, a little bit of health. That'll do. Hey, got him. Oh. Complete reordering of the entire party in a way that will prevent us from doing damage for, a while. Oh, absolutely a while. I can't actually move Dismas forward right now because then Boudica cannot do any attacks.
Messy, but effective.
So Boudica could move 1 space forward with toe-to-toe, but then... and then Paracelsus would be able to move backwards after a Rampart from Barristan, which is a neat way to try and reform the entire party situation right now. However, I feel like... Wait, can you use Ounce of Prevention in the front line? You can't use Ounce of Prevention unless you're in the back lines. Okay, so yeah, we actually have to do it like that. Toe-to-toe moves up.
Suffering strengthens the bond.
Nice.
A breakthrough.
Oh, Paracelsus, that's so much stress. Have a meltdown and lose the only relationships you actually even have, right? Oh, well, you're already about to have that. There we go. Yeah. I can't actually move you backward, apparently. Yeah, because it would try and move back 1 space, which I can't do right now. So I guess Incision attempts to bleed. And then Rampart moves me forward and pushes you back 2 spaces. You trigger Death's Door, unfortunately. But you are also the first action here. I mean, you must Battlefield Medicine yourself, but I would really also like you to get the other out as well. Oh, the follow-ups are so good! It actually really makes them feel like the Riposte duo, the Riposte team. Frankly, makes them seem kind of friendly. Oh, picks up that negative relationship as well immediately. You'll love to see it. Yeah, absolutely can't let the Cardinal get more attacks out here. It's got 2 death blow triggers from the DOTs happening at the start of the turn. Dead. That'll do it. No rewards, though. Save the loathing abating. Paracelsus not doing particularly grand after all that as well. Oh boy.
The Nightmare Gate is revealed. Beyond, only infernal nihility and non-existence.
Ooh. The brain of darkness itself revealed. I mean, assuming.
The mind must be freed of its self-imposed incarceration.
Ooh. Okay. I like it. We're also in the same kind of zoomed out perspective that we had in the final Darkest Dungeon fights in DD1 here. We've all been given ranged lock. Cannot use ranged skills or items. The Latch of Regret is in the front line, then Padlock of Wasting, the Bolt of Lamentation, and the Shackle of Despair in the back. All of them are cosmic. They share health and they share speed. However, their resistances do differ. There's lower blight resist on Latch of Regret, lower bleed resist on the Bolt of Lamentation, so to speak, and and Padlock of Wasting has higher resist across the board. Okay, so what are we looking to do then? Their move resist is obviously high, bleed resist, debuff resist, not particularly high. But 75 apiece. And I think the right thing to do is just start thumping. Target the Padlock of Wasting. It's in a position where everyone can hit, except, I guess, Paracelsus, but Paracelsus also can't use ranged attacks right now. Good crits, good crits. Crippling Doubt comes out, crits for 9 on Dismas, 2 stress across the party, another stress across the party on Dismas' start turn. Ruptured Vessel goes out as well. 10 to both of the frontliners. We're all still affected by range lock. I somehow expect that we're about to have melee lock next turn. Paralyzing Fear does not manage to prevent that there. I like the idea of running Outs of Prevention out this early, but you know what? No, I'm doing it.
There is comfort in company.
I do need health as well, but Paracelsus is not directly being targeted a huge amount right now. Maybe I can get away with this. Denial of Fortitude. So we cannot use healing skills, right? It's literally the thing that I was about to do this turn. I can't do anymore because of the... Okay, well, okay. We'll put the Blight on the target who best takes Blight damage. Regret in the front line. Double crits for 20 on both of my frontliners. Excuse me? Crippling Doubt again. Still just trying to get that, there we go. Wicked Lockdown.
Promising development.
We get a Hopeful Trigger. Is that a little bit of healing, maybe? No? A little bit of stress reduction, though. Now I have the ability to use If It Bleeds against the target that bleeds the best, the Bolt of Lamentation here. Oh, I would love if I were... Oh, okay, so I couldn't heal that turn, and I can't heal this turn either because my healer is stunned. Cannot use stress heal skills or items. So it just cycles around disabling things that you would otherwise be able to do. Which means that if you have a turn where you can do a thing that's useful at the time, maybe that's the turn to do it because you might not get another opportunity later, is the way that it's feeling, certainly, right now. Let's set up some riposte. Yep, just stunned. Paralyzing Fear and get riposted. No, we're stunned though. I also don't know if, we are actually going to fight the Brain after this as well. I don't even know if I'm going to get that far, unfortunately, at this point. What with all the no healing. Let's defend Paracelsus. Denial of Reach. So no ranged again. It's fine. 1, 3, 2. Guess we're more likely to continue targeting this one right now.
Cooperation is the key.
You can make it just a little longer. Another one. Of course, this was stunned. Throw the battlefield medicine out on... Actually, Paracelsus is currently defended. Oh, but they do AoE attacks as well. I mean, we are in the position where we have to take some risks, so... Oh, their stun resist is really high, actually, so even though they have the combo, I may not be able to stun them here. However, I can defend myself by attempting to crush them. But I also think that we're probably far better off targeting the Bolt of Lamentation right now. Fear? Okay, so the rain just stuns one of them each turn once we get this deep in the fight. The AoE melee Cultist right there. So I'm going to set up a take aim. Good work. Good defense right there, buddy. Bolster our team, bellow at theirs. Set up another defender. That's just more instances of defending myself. I don't know. I'm assuming you can't guard two people. Yeah, you can't guard two people anymore. Not anymore as though you used to be able to. But I was thinking, it's a new game. Maybe they've changed the way that works. They didn't. However, I can get a lot of stacks of my own block. Way too many stacks of my own block. Stacks that I don't need of my own block right now. Another heal. Not as many corpses as I was kind of expecting to fight here, to be honest. Thought there'd be a few more corpses. My pouch of lion, all that nonsense. Can't use stress healer items, it's fine. The relationship is tested. No? The relationship's just so positive that it doesn't even need to be tested. The relationship has transcended testing. Gonna have to just rock Paracelsus on low health for a while. Getting defended. Okay, and that is one dead bolt for us now. Set up some defense on myself. Ooh.
Fight through the fatigue.
I'm trying.
In crisis,
Still guarded for
we
another
can
attack at
rely
least.
Only upon each other.
The Shackle of Despair can also be bled, so we will start attempting to do that. I mean, 20% chance that it doesn't, that it fails any instance. Still worth trying. I mean, if there's nothing I can do except for the ounce of prevention, then finally I found the right time to do it. Oh, it's so much damage. I really just wish that I had some healing items. They'd be so good. Ooh! Back up from the hopeful. No one can stand long against either of you, frankly. Does not manage to... Wow, that tried to give it a stun and move it and bleed it. Would have been incredible.
Steady yourself.
Light resist of the Shackle of Regret is quite low. Love to use a heal this turn, but I can't, so we'll do what we can. We're up on ranged attacks being all we can do again.
Only upon each other.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I should look at people's past skills, because some people pass to actually heal themselves as well. I haven't been looking at that. Yeah, Barristan can pass to heal by 20%. for 2 stress. Unfortunately, that would also start removing some of Barrison's best relationships, which are hugely important for him right now. So as a result, I don't think he'll be doing that. I'll set up my defender. Denial of reason. Stress healing. Ruptured vessel on the front line as well. That Latch of Regret's almost dead. In fact, basically any damage on it will secure the kill. Unfortunately... Ooh. That's also out of position for Boudica to actually be able to hit here. We do get a big crit out of it, though. Send you in with toe-to-toe. The thing is, I still don't know if there's a boss after this, and I suspect very deeply that there will be. So I'm holding on to the spiked ball for that. If it turns out I desperately need the spike ball even just to kill this in the first place, then maybe my hand will be forced, but I hope that's not the case. Paralyzing Fear. Rolls out a 3. Ounce of Prevention for some stress down on the party.
Emboldened.
I mean, I also really want to go for a bolster right now.
We can rely only upon each other.
Because the Shackle of Despair is quite slow, so I expect I would be able to kill it at the start of the next round. So if I can get some stress heal off still, it's important, you know? Death blow. And now you move forward. Shackle's destroyed. There we go.
Each milestone makes the next road just a little easier. Are you shaken? There is so much worse in store.
Not particularly shaken. We see a lot of rewards unlocked.
Attempt. Deepen your understanding, and victory will come.
Learn from each attempt, deepen your understanding, victory will come. Obviously, that is something, you know, it's a theme of all roguelites, like, etc. Roguish, Roganeers. It's a symbol of all of those. But also, is it meaning to say that there is an end boss in this? End boss bonus 120. So, is that the final boss of the early access as it currently exists? I know that there are many other runs to have, to be clear. As we can see here, rewards unlocked. We have unlocked a new class in the Runaway, Ablated Powers, a combat item that buffs some resistance, a linseed oil flask. Whew, man, just blast from the past. A combat item that debuffs enemy move resistance and chance days, apples and cheese for a little bit of extra high level food. Chance of purging a negative quirk in the Meditative Totem, stimulating pulses. So we found a bunch of new items that will provide themselves in future runs. Trinkets of higher degrees that are going to start appearing in future runs as well. And different modifiers also. Bloody Flux, negative 10% max HP, negative 25% healing received from skills. Diphtheria. So these appear to be traits and diseases as well. Chatterbox, obviously a negative trait. Clotter, obviously a positive trait. And Diphtheria, obviously a disease. However, for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Up in the top left, you can see the series playlist for all of my content on this game, past, present, and future. I'm going to be kind of separating these into individual runs by different thumbnails, so you'll be able to know when a run with a new party has begun. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see y'all next time.